Imagine you go into a store with $20. You leave with less than you came for, not because you spent it all, but because the system charged you extra just for having so little to begin with. That's not a personal failure. That's math. And it's why being broke feels like paying double for everything. Today we break down the real cost of poverty, the hidden fees the rich don't see and the rest of us live with every day. When we think about money trouble, we blame bad choices, a lack of discipline, impulse spending. But the truth is deeper. There's an economic drain built into daily life that hits lower-income people the hardest. And it isn't their fault. Let's break it down using 2 pairs of boots. One costs $50 and lasts 5 years. Another costs $20 and lasts 3 months. Sounds like the cheaper one saves money, right? But over 5 years, you'd buy the cheap boots 20 times, that's $400 total, while the better boots still cost just $50. You paid 8 times more just because you couldn't afford the better ones up front. That's the poverty penalty, spending more because you have less. Take laundry detergent. Buying a big economy box equals cheaper per wash. Buying small packets equals more expensive per wash. If your money goes in and out the same week, you never have enough to buy the big box, so you're stuck paying more each time. Same with prepaid phone plans, pay-per-ride transit, small package groceries. Systematically charging more for less is the quiet tax of being broke. Banks make money off overdraft fees, a minimum balance penalties, ATM withdrawal charges. If you had high balances, those didn't matter. But when your account dips below a threshold, those fees eat real money and keep you in financial limbo. This structured disadvantage isn't about skill. It's built into how the financial system operates. But here's where it gets psychological. Financial stress doesn't just affect the wallet. It affects decision-making. When you're constantly worrying about bills, late notices, or overdrafts, your brain is in survival mode. That means less mental energy for planning, long-term thinking, smart financial decisions. This mental drain is a real cost, and it actually makes everyday choices harder. Ever seen payday loans or rent-to-own plans targeted at people with low credit? They promise quick solutions, but what they deliver is higher interest and long-term costs. For example, a $500 electronics purchase could cost thousands in interest over time. It traps people in a cycle where choices are never about opportunity. They're about just surviving. You're not lazy. You're just boxed in by the economics of having nothing. So how do people get out of this spiral? First, they stop thinking like short-term spenders and start thinking like strategic planners. That doesn't require wealth, it requires building a small buffer, cutting high fees, avoiding payday traps, buying some things with quality/long-term value. Even saving a small emergency fund, just a few $100s, can break the cycle. Suddenly, you're not paying extra for every little thing. It's not easy, but it's freedom through math. Let's be clear. You didn't choose to be poor. You got priced into it. But once you understand the math that keeps you there, you can start making smarter moves that chip away at the penalty. The richer don't pay double. They escape the system of fees, penalties, and traps. And now you understand why. If this video helped you see money in a fresh way, hit like and subscribe, because understanding the rules is the first step to beating them. And here's a challenge. In the comments, share one thing you think costs more because you have less. Let's talk about it and start breaking the system together.